Inflation has been going up or inflation has gone up. Now, this was the question asked yesterday by Lok Sewa Aayog for Nepal Police Inspector candidates, and this has left many in confusion. So, what is the right answer? Let's have a look. If a sentence has for or since followed by a time, for or since followed by a time, it is now time for you to use either present perfect tense or present perfect continuous tense. Now then, what should be the right answer? For your verbs such as play, work, go, which are called dynamic verb, we normally use ing with them. So if it was these verbs, it should be has, have, or has been playing, has been working, or has been going. Same with the have. Based on the subject, you use has or have. If the verb is, however, stative in nature, you would not be using has been knowing, has been being, has been understanding. Instead, like in the screen, you would say has known, has been, has understood. Now, since in the examination, we saw that the sentence has go up, many must have used has been going up, which I normally thought first too. But something does not look right here. What does not look right here is inflation is something that does not grow exponentially overnight. You could be working every single second. You could be playing every single second. But inflation isn't taking place every single second or minutes, much like the same with the price. It takes time. Like you see in the graph here, which shows US inflation. It shows the increment in inflation, not by many, by 2 or 3%. And it takes so many years. Much like from 1990 to 1995, it is taking lots of times, if not the 5 years time, to increase from 2% to 6%. So to increase 4%, it is taking lots of time. So what you should know from here is that inflation is not something that takes place or that grows exponentially. So I don't think if using verb for ing would be logical in this regard. Let's see some of the examples where the authentic English sources are also found to be using verb 3, much like the Merriam-Webster here. So inflation picture had significantly improved, had improved. So it does not say had been improving because inflation is not something that keeps continuously rising or continuously falling. Another example by Collins says inflation has eased. Of course, it has been easing. No, you can't say that because it does not run like you run normally or physically. So it would not be right to call it in continuous tense. Another example by Merriam-Webster shows inflation, despite dropping from its 9.1% peak in mid-22, has not declined. I repeat, inflation has not declined or has not dropped. One more example by BBC. Inflation has fallen. Yes, this is where I totally agree with BBC. And this is why my first answer, which I was about to go with, has been going, turns out to be wrong. Because inflation is something that does not keep rising or keep falling or does not run in progression every single minute. So it takes time. Even to drop from 2% to 4%, it might take years and years. So I believe using ing would not make sense here. Not just BBC, but also the World Economic Forum says inflation has caused. So it does not say inflation has been causing. So it has given us enough grounds to go with the present perfect tense in the state of present perfect progressive. What does it say in Nepali? Even in Nepali, if you take a look, मूल्य वृद्धि भएको हुँदै आइरहेको does not say it. Similarly, Nagarik News covers that मूल्य वृद्धि भएको छ. It does not say मूल्य वृद्धि हुँदै आइरहेको छ. So these मूल्य वृद्धि, inflation or price, perfectly uses perfect tense, either in English or in Nepali. So I believe, considering all this, inflation is something that cannot keep going every single second, every single day, unlike playing, dancing, which we could be doing every single time, every single day. It takes time for inflation and price to change. So I believe on that note, it would be safest to say inflation has gone up. So I believe this was your right answer in the exam. If not, then today you've learned why this should be the right answer. For more lesson with me, please subscribe.